Good evening, Cecilia.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
Very well.
Okay, good to hear that. We also have Fatima Castillo. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, good to hear that too. Let's see who else. Jose Cruz. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, good to hear that. Let's see who else. Luz. Good evening.
I found them.
I'm sorry.
Ay, perdón. Good evening, teacher.
Good evening. How are you today?
I found them.
I'm fine.
I'm quite them.
Okay. Or it's better if you say good, Luz. Good, you can say. I'm good. Yes? Okay, nice. Let's see who else. Ruth, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, good to hear that. Dina Medina, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Okay, good to hear that. Ana Ramirez, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Okay,
And
good to
you?
hear that. Yes, you're wearing headphones. I can hear you better now. Good. We also have Ingrid, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I'm okay. Thanks.
All right, good to hear that. Milton Alvarado, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
Excellent.
All right, good to hear that. Ismael Garcia, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
Good. And
All
you?
right, good. Thanks for asking. Leslie Orellana, no, Leslie. Yes, Leslie Orellana.
Hi,
How are you today?
good. I'm good.
Okay, good to hear that. Eder Martinez, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
So far, so good. Thank you for
All
asking.
right. Dalila Hernandez, good evening.
I'm fine, thanks.
I said good evening. Ah, okay. How are you today? How are you, Dalila? Well, but she said that she's fine. Kimberly, good evening. Kimberly,
Good evening, teacher.
how are you today?
Fine.
Okay, good to hear that. Let's see, another person. Douglas Rodriguez, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, good to hear that. And Rina Carolina, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you today?
Very good.
Okay, good to hear that. Well, Stephanie is there, but she's traveling. Stephanie Carolina, Fatima Patricia, good evening. Fatima Hernandez,
Good evening, teacher.
good evening. How are you?
I am fine, thank you.
Okay, good to hear that. Maylin, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Okay. Allman, good evening.
Good evening, teacher. How are you?
Good. What about you?
Uh, my day was good.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. Then Josue Benavides, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
How are you?
I am fine, thank you.
Okay, good to hear that. Let's see another person. Jose Tadeo, good evening. Jose Tadeo. Oh, I forgot. Let's see, Natalia Sanchez, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you.
Oh, okay, good to hear that. Susana, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, good to hear that. Let's start with the class. I'm going to share screen and Ismael is going to read the introduction.
Good evening, my son.
Good evening, Mirna. How are you today?
Very good, teacher.
Okay, good to hear that. The problem is that when I have only the black screen, I don't know the person exactly, but if your camera is on, I can see you. And I can say, hi, Mirna. Okay.
Teacher. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
Jose?
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening.
I am not in my house.
Yes, I remember that you said. No problem.
Okay, okay.
Good, thank you.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening. So you see, a little boy is saying good evening too. Good.
Ashley,
Okay,
my daughter.
what's her name?
Ashley, my daughter
Ashley,
is.
okay. Good to meet you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's see. Ismael, read the introduction, please. Ismael?
August 17, 2023.
Okay, just the pronunciation. August.
August,
No,
no,
August.
August.
Mm-hmm,
August 17, 2023.
mm-hmm.
Welcome to your English class. Teacher Juan Lima.
English or English?
English.
Exactly, good job. So next person reading the agenda is going to be Ruth.
Agenda. Game, any and some for places, exercise, speaking activity.
Exercise in singular or exercises in plural?
In plural.
So can you pronounce it?
Exercises.
Excellent. So first we are going to start with a game as we always do it. Then we are going to see how to use any and some, but for places. Some exercises about it, and at the end, speaking activity. So let's start with the first activity, that is a game. For this activity, we are going to have two teams again, boys versus girls. But this activity is going to be for spelling. So I'm going to spell some words for you to type in the chat. In the chat, but not on WhatsApp. It has to be here, this chat over here. Yes, when I'm sending a message right now. Yes, it says hi. So in that message is where you have to type what you're going to hear. But not everybody. I'm going to choose two people, one boy, one girl, one boy, one girl, and they are going to type. Yes? So let's start with the first person, Kimberly versus Milton. Kimberly versus Milton. So get ready to type in the chat. No WhatsApp, here, the chat in Zoom. Yes? So let's start with the first one. Only Kimberly and Milton can type. Yes? Number one, H, O, S, P, I, T, A, L. Close, Milton, close. Retype it, Milton. You can retype it. Okay, Kimberly sent it. So Kimberly has 1 point and Milton 0. So girls 1 point, boys 0. Yes. What is the place, Kimberly?
Hospital.
Hospital. Good job. Good job. Remember that only 2 people can participate. In this case, Jose Ismael, only Milton versus Kimberly. Yes. Now another person. This time is going to be Jose Ismael versus Cecilia. Yes. So Jose Ismael versus Cecilia. Easy. PARK. Send it in the chat. Good job, Jose. Good job. So what is the place, Jose?
Park.
Excellent. So boys have 1 point, girls 1 point. Next one, Ingrid versus Eder. Ingrid versus Eder. S T A D I U M. Good job, Ingrid. What's a place?
Stadium.
Stadium. Good job. So girls have 2 points, boys have 1. Next one. Boy, Douglas Rodriguez versus Luz Flores. Douglas versus Luz. L I B R A R Y. Douglas versus Luz. You can send it in the chat. Good job, Douglas. Good job. So boys have 2 points and girls have 2 points. What is a place, Douglas?
Library.
Excellent. Next person. Let's see. Allman versus Ruth. Allman versus Ruth. Okay, the place is G R O C E R Y S T O R E. Good job, Allman. Good job. So what is a place?
Grocery store.
Grocery. Grocery store. Good job. So boys have 3 points, girls 2 points. Next one, Frank Quesada versus Dina. Frank versus Dina. Easy. S C H O O L. Good job, Frank. Good job. What is a place, Frank?
A school.
Excellent. So boys have 4 points, girls 2 points. Next one, Rina Vasquez versus Josué Benavides. Rina versus Josué. G A S S T A T I O N. Close, Josué. Obviously, you have the space, but close. Rina? Rina.
Repeat, teacher, please.
Okay, I will repeat it. G A S S T A T I O N. One more time. G A S S T A T I O N. No one? Josue? Rina? No? No. Well, Ingrid. Ingrid sent the message. So that's a correct word. What's a correct word, Ingrid?
Gas station.
Gas station. So we are going to have this point for girls because at least Ingrid answered. Good. So girls, 3 points, and boys, 4 points. Next one and the last one. Mailing versus another boy. No more boys. Well, versus Frank. Mailing versus Frank. This is the last word. U N I V E R S I T Y. Good job, Mailing. What's a place?
University.
Excellent. So at the end we have boys, 4 points, girls, 4 points. So you were tied. Good job. So we have some places. Some of them are the ones that we have been studying in class, but maybe some of them are new for you. So for example, Ingrid, what's a grocery store?
Repeat, please.
What is a grocery store?
Is the place where we can find food.
Excellent. Similar to a supermarket, but like a
Yes.
mini supermarket. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Good job. So, is there a grocery store in your neighborhood? Your neighborhood is the place where you live, Ingrid. Is there
Mm-hmm.
a grocery store in your neighborhood?
Yes. Is some grocery stores.
Uh-huh. So today we are going to see how to express that idea, Ingrid. Can you read the objective, please?
Objective: to ask for places in the city.
In the city. So I asked you about a place in your city, or in this case, your neighborhood. But we have to remember how to ask and how to answer. So Ingrid, can you read how to use questions using there?
Is there a table?
Okay, what do you use first? The verb be or there?
Verb be.
Excellent. And when you say, is there a table, is it singular or plural?
Is a singular.
Okay, and what is the answer?
Yes, there is.
Mm-hmm.
And no, there isn't.
Excellent. Is that a short answer or long answer?
Is short answer.
Excellent. What is the long answer?
Yes, there is a table, and no, there isn't a table.
Exactly. So this is a topic that we studied before with objects. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Now the second example.
Are there any desks?
Okay. Is it singular or plural?
It's plural.
Plural. Okay. So what is the answer?
Yes, there are, and no, there aren't.
Excellent. Are they short answers or long answers?
Short answer.
What is the long answer in positive?
Yes, there are um,
Mm-hmm.
There are some
Excellent. There are some.
desks.
Excellent. And the negative form?
No, there aren't any desks.
Excellent. So you see, so Ingrid checked the notebook because she writes information and that is good. Yes? So let's try to remember this. Rina,
Yes.
you will read the next example with places, questions, and answers. First one, Rina?
Is is there a bank in the city?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is a bank in the city. No, there isn't a bank in the city.
Okay, is this singular or plural?
Singular.
What do you use for singular? Is or are?
Is.
What do you use for singular? A or any?
Are.
What do you use in singular? The place in singular or in plural?
The place in singular.
Excellent. So this is what you have to remember. Yes? The three things have to be the same. Singular, singular, and singular. Three things. Yes? So in the answer, you answer with singular or plural?
Singular.
Singular too. In the negative form, singular or plural?
Singular.
Singular too. Yes? Next one. Thank you, Rina. Jose Ismael.
Are there any bands in the city?
The answer?
Yes, there are some bands in the city.
Mhm.
No, there aren't any bands in the city.
Good job. Only the pronunciation, aren't.
Aren't,
Repeat it.
aren't,
With T, aren't. Not ch.
aren't, aren't,
Aren't.
aren't.
Okay, that's better. Now, what do you use for this question? Singular or plural? Jose?
eh, Plural,
Plural. And what do you use for plural? Is or are?
are,
What do you use for plural? A or any?
eh, band,
What do you use for plural? A or any?
any,
Any. Okay. And the place is in singular or in plural?
plural,
In plural. So again, three things, and they need to be the same order. Plural, plural, plural. Yes? Singular, singular, singular. Easy. Now let's see the answer, Jose. In the positive answer, the answer is singular or plural?
plural,
Plural. And the negative form, singular or plural?
plural.
Plural. Perfect. Now let's see another person. Thank you, Jose. Cecilia, when you say a question in plural, what do you use? A or any?
Any.
Okay. And for positive sentences, what do you use? Any or some?
Some.
For negative sentences, what do you use? Any or some?
Any.
Okay, so you need to remember that. Any for questions in negative, some for positive in plural. Yes? Let's see if you got it. Ruth, what do you use for singular questions? A or any?
A.
And what do you use for plural?
Any.
What do you use for positive plural?
Some.
What do you use for negative plural?
Any.
Excellent. So you got it. So this is similar to objects, but related to places. And remember that this is with things. If we are talking about food, it's another topic. Yes, because it depends if it is countable or uncountable. Now, let's move on to the next part. Ana Ramirez, you will ask Jose Tadeo cannot participate. Let's see, Olman.
Yes, teacher.
You can.
I participate.
Okay. So ask Jose Tadeo a question in singular to know about a place in the city where he lives. Similar to this one, but another place, not a bank. Hannah?
Is there a bank in the city?
Another place, no bank. Bank is in the
Okay.
example.
Um, is there police station in the city? Yes.
Can you
There
repeat?
Repeat the
uh,
question, Anna.
there is a police station in the city?
Can you repeat it, please?
Is there
This is the pronunciation of this word is there, no
there
dere. There.
there is there a police station
Mhm.
in the city?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, ye-
She said a police station.
uh, is real or
Real,
the
real, real.
okay? Uh, no, there isn't a police station in the city.
Okay, good job. Thank you. Now let's see another person. Ismael Garcia, you're going to ask Kimberly a question in plural.
Are there any library in the city?
Can you repeat it?
Are there any library in the city?
Just the
Library?
pronunciation, any,
Any.
no any, any.
Any.
Okay. You said library or libraries in plural?
Libraries.
Okay, repeat the question, please.
Are there any banks?
No, come on.
Ba-
Banks is the
yeah,
example. You need to change the place and the pronunciation is any or any.
any. Sí.
Any, okay. Repeat the question.
Are there any libraries in the city?
Kimberly?
Yes, there are some library, dijo.
Library in
Uh,
singular or libraries in plural?
Libraries.
So repeat the answer.
Yes, there are some libraries in the city.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So this is how you ask and answer those questions. Obviously, you can give more information because if someone asks you, excuse me, is there a bank in the city? And you say, yes, there is a bank in the city. Yeah, it's acceptable, but normally you say, is there a bank in the city? Yes, There is a bank in the city. It's next to the drugstore. Yes, across from the hospital. Or it's on Main Street between the drugstore and the bakery. So you can give the location too. Yes, same thing with the other ones. Are there any banks in the city? If you have plural banks, you can say, yes, there are some banks in the city. One bank is on Pine Street next to the gas station. Or if you want to talk about more banks, you can say, yes, there are some banks in the city. One bank is on Pine Street next to the gas station, and another bank is next to the supermarket on First Avenue. Simple. And if there is only one, you can say, are there any banks in the city? There is only one. Yes, you say there is only one. Because the question is plural, so the answer has to be plural, but we don't have plural, we have only one. Okay, so, well, there is only one. It's on the corner of Main and First, next to the gym. Yes, so this is how you can also give more information. Now, let's practice writing. Luz, can you read the instructions, please?
Completely in the flowing exercise with there is there are ay, no sé cómo se más.
Plus.
Close some any
Okay, so let's see, Luz, pronunciation. Following.
following
Exercises.
exercising
Exercises.
exercises
There is.
some
There is.
there there are close
Plus.
some any I
Ah.
ah
Excellent. So this is what you're going to do. You have to complete this exercise using there is, there are, if it is plural, some or any, depending if it is a sentence, a question, or negative. And if it is singular, you use a. Yes? If they are sentences. If they are questions, obviously you're not going to say there is. You change positions. Is there? There are. Change position. Are there? For questions. Yes? So let's see number one. This is going to be for Ullman. Can you read only the information in number one? Not the answer, only the information.
Okay. A school next to the library.
Okay. School, singular or plural?
Singular.
Is this a sentence or a question?
It's a sentence.
It's a sentence. In parentheses, you have if it is positive or negative. What is this?
Positive.
Okay, so you will complete this sentence in positive. The number two, in positive or negative?
Negative.
The number three?
It's a question.
It's a question. Number four?
Question.
Question two. Number five?
A sentence positive.
A positive sentence.
A positive
Next one?
sentence. It's a question.
It's a question. And the last one?
It's a negative sentence.
It's a negative sentence. So in parentheses, you have if it is positive, negative, or question. So take a picture of this. You're going to work in pairs and you will have 10 minutes to do it. Frank Quesada, are you going to work in pairs or individually?
In a pairs.
In pairs.
In pairs.
Okay. Are you going to complete only sentences or they can be sentences and questions.
Sentences and question.
Excellent. So you need to pay attention to there is or question is there. There are or question are there. And obviously some, any, and a. So send a picture to the WhatsApp group and let's get in person now. You have 10 minutes to do it. Enter now. Remember to work in pairs. When you enter, you work with your partner. Hi, what's the answer for number one, etc. Yes, discuss. Enter. Accept the request. Ruth?
Okay, the number one, school next to the library. Positive.
La primera.
Speak English, Fatima. Number one, number two, number three.
There is.
The school next to the library. Positive. Is they are plus some,
Positive
any, a.
answer. Oh, no. There is a school next to the library. There are restaurants in the city. Number two. And the number three.
Fatima, slow down. You need to go one by one. Okay, can you repeat the number one, please?
There is
Mm-hmm.
school next to the library.
There is school. Is school singular or plural?
School is singular.
Singular. And what do you use for singular?
Is.
Okay, so there are three things that you need in singular. Is one. Okay, and the other two? School, singular. Okay, and the other word? Some, any, or a for singular.
Any?
Hmm. This is something that we checked some seconds ago, Fatima. Let's go back. I need that you take notes. Can you read the first example, please? Fatima?
Sorry, my Wi-Fi is bad.
No problem. So read the number one, Fatima.
There a bank? Is there
Uh-huh.
a bank
Okay, what do you use in this question? Singular or plural?
Is singular.
I'm sorry?
Singular?
Singular.
Singular?
Okay. Now, what do you use for singular? A or any?
Ah,
You see? The meaning of
yes.
a is one, Fatima. So, is
Okay.
there one bank in the city? Now, read the question number 2.
Um, are there any banks in the city?
Excellent. What do you use in this case? A singular question or a plural question?
Is plural question.
And what do you use for plural? A or any?
Any.
Okay, any is for sentences or for questions?
Any question.
For question and
Any.
for questions and
Um,
positive or negative sentences?
negative.
And negative. What do you use for positive?
Positive. Is some.
Okay, for singular or for
Oh,
plural?
is singular.
No, this is plural.
Plural. Yes. Plural.
Yes, Fatima, the question is
I'm sorry.
plural, the answers are plural. What do you use for singular?
Ah.
In the answer?
Ah.
In the negative?
Ah.
Okay, now complete the activity.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
No problem.
Okay.
Okay, the number 1. Let's go to the library. Positive.
Okay, okay. Fatima is going to give the answer for number 1.
Oh, yeah, complete number 1. Okay. The number 2.
No, Fatima, give the answer for number 1.
Okay.
Fatima, complete number 1.
Number 2, me?
Yes, but
Okay,
number
thank
1,
you.
Fatima.
Okay.
Is a school next
Repeat,
to the library?
repeat it.
Is a school
Is or there is?
there is a school next to the library?
Next to the library. Check the pronunciation and write it. Library.
Library.
Okay, number 2, Milton.
The number 2, there aren't.
Mm-hmm. There aren't?
There aren't any restaurants in the city.
Excellent. There aren't any. Okay. Plural, plural, plural.
Look, yeah.
Next one, Fatima.
Um, are
In the city. Is there?
Fatima. Mm-hmm. Fatima.
there is
Is
no
this a sentence or a question?
no a question.
Okay. Fatima, I can't hear
Are
you.
there
Is the place singular or plural, Fatima?
is there
Is there? I can hear you better now. Is there?
a stadium
Mm-hmm.
In the city.
in the city?
That's correct. Is there a stadium in the city? Singular, singular, singular. Okay, it's correct. Next one, Milton.
The number 4. Are there
Mhm.
any parks in the city?
Excellent. Are there any parks in the city? Plural, plural, plural.
Good.
Good. Next one, Fatima.
Um, there is stories.
The place is singular or plural?
Good.
Is plural.
What do you use for plural? There is or there are, Fatima?
There are.
Okay, so concentrate. How do you complete it?
There are stories.
There are.
There are stories. No,
Can
stories
you
on
can you
the
read the instructions, please? Read the instructions, Fatima. The instructions of the exercise. Fatima,
there are uh, stories.
listen,
Any story.
listen, Fatima. Any is for positive sentences, negative sentences, or questions.
Some.
Ah, okay.
Some.
So
There are
you
some.
read the complete sentence.
There are some stories on
Stores.
main stores on Main Street.
Excellent. So positive sentence, plural, some. Next one, Milton.
The number 6 is there.
Mhm.
Is there uh art museum in
Repeat it.
San Salvador? Art. Ah,
No.
no, sería an art.
An
Yeah,
art.
yeah. uh, museum in San Salvador.
Excellent. A art.
Yeah.
Vowel and vowel. No, right. Okay, good.
Uh,
Next one, Fatima.
There aren't.
Okay, concentrate, Fatima. The place is singular or plural?
Singular
Okay, and what do you use for singular?
is
No are. So complete it.
okay. Is
Complete the sentence.
is
I'm sorry.
sería there is
Mm-hmm.
there is a gym.
There is or there isn't?
There isn't.
There isn't.
There isn't a
Mhm.
gym
A
around
gym. Mhm.
a gym around here.
Excellent. In this example, you have a, so it's okay. Good job. So now let's go back and check the answers with the rest of the class. Good job, guys.
okay, teacher.
Okay, time's up. Let's check your answers. And the first one is going to be for Luz. Number 1. Luz.
There is
Mhm.
a school next to the
Library or library?
library.
Excellent. That's a correct answer. There is, let's see first, positive. Okay, positive, place in positive, singular or plural, Luz?
Singular.
Singular. So what do you use for singular? There is or there are?
There is
What do you use for singular? A or any?
a
So it is correct. Good job, Luz. Next one, Natalia, number 2. Natalia? Well, another person. Cecilia, number 2.
There aren't Any restaurants in the city?
There aren't any restaurants in the city. Good job. Let's see. Negative. Okay. Restaurants. Positive. I mean, singular or plural? Cecilia?
Plural.
Plural. So, aren't for singular or plural?
Plural.
Any for singular or plural?
Plural.
Excellent. So, this is correct. Next one. Let's see. Dina Medina. Dina?
Is there a student in
There or there?
there?
Okay, repeat it.
There. Is there a student in the
Stadium.
a stadium in the city?
Okay, repeat the pronunciation. Stadium. And,
Stadium.
and write it on your notebook. Stadium.
A
Stadium.
stadium.
Okay, repeat the question.
Is there a stadium
Stadium.
stadium in the city?
Stadium. Yum.
Stadium in the city.
Okay, so what is this? Sentence or question?
Question.
The place is singular or plural?
Singular.
What do you use for singular? Is or are?
Is.
So it's correct. What do you use for singular? A or any?
A.
So it is correct. Next one. Frank Quesada.
Yes, teacher.
Number 4.
The number 4 is, are there
Hmm?
parks in the city?
Mm, the question is correct, but you need to use after there is and there are. What do you need to use?
Are there some?
Is some for question or sentence?
The sentence.
Okay, and what do you use for a question?
Are there any parks in the city?
Excellent. Are there any parks in the city? It is correct if you say, are there parks? Are there parks in the city? It's acceptable, but normally you use any. Yes, are there any parks in the city? So what is this, Frank? Singular or plural? What is a place?
Plural.
Plural, okay. What do you use for plural? Is or are?
Are.
So this is correct. What do you use for plural? A or any?
Any.
So this is correct for questions. Thank you. Next one. Josue Benavides, number 5.
There are sometimes sort of mainstream.
Can you repeat it? Repeat it.
There are sometimes
Sometimes.
some
Some. Okay.
some sort of many street.
Many or main?
Main street.
Okay, repeat it.
There are some street. There are
Stores.
there are some store on Main Street.
Store or stores?
Store.
Positive sentence, negative sentence, or question?
Possible.
Singular or plural?
Plural.
What do you use for plural? There is or there are?
Are.
What do you use for plural? A or some?
Some.
Good job. Next one, Ruth, number 6. Ruth Mabel.
The number 6
Yes.
is,
Mhm.
there art museum in San Salvador?
Is there art museum in San Salvador? It's not correct. What do you need to use after there is and there are?
Is there a
Can you read the complete question, please?
Is there a art museum in San Salvador?
Let's see. Olman, is this correct? Is there a art museum in San Salvador?
I think that we need to use an
Excellent.
art.
Now, can you read it?
Is there an art museum in San Salvador?
Excellent. So remember, what is the first letter in art? Root, consonant, or vowel?
Consonant or what?
Vowel.
Vowel.
Exactly. It is a, oops, give me a second. The computer is dying. It's a vowel. Yes. So for vowels, art, vowel, an art museum. Good. And the last one is going to be for Rina Vasquez.
There is a gym around there.
Around here. Repeat it.
Around here.
Okay, good job. And in this case, a is in the sentence, so we don't need to write it. There isn't a gym around here. Good. Now let's practice, but speaking. And for this activity, we are going to have two parts. The first one will be with a map, and the second activity will be without a map. Yes? So let's start with the first activity using this map. And Ingrid, can you read instructions?
Speaking activity, work in pairs and ask for places in the city.
Excellent. So you can ask your partners about questions in the city using are there any similar to this ones? Is there a bank in the city? Are there any banks in the city? And then you will answer, yes, there is a bank in the city, or no, there isn't a bank in the city, or yes, there are some banks, or no, there aren't any banks. Yes? You can also have, for example, in this case, yes, there are some banks. You can only say, yes, there are some, or no, there aren't any, which is another option that you have. And if it is positive, you need to give the location. Yes? If the place is in the map, you need to give the location. For example, Ingrid, you will ask, let's see, Maylin. Ask Maylin about a place in the map. It can be a place in singular or a place in plural.
Mailing is are there any banks in the city?
Another place, not a bank, because a bank is in the example.
Ah, okay. Are there any
Restaurant.
grocery store in the map?
Okay. Are there any grocery stores in the map, Maylin? Maylin?
No, they aren't any grocery store.
They aren't or there aren't?
There aren't.
Excellent. So no, there aren't. In this case, no places. Now, Ingrid, change the place and look for a place that is in the map. So Mailing can give directions or location.
Mailing is there a church in the map?
A church.
church.
Is there a church in the map, Maylin?
Yes. Yes, there is a church.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now give us the location.
Um, the church is on the second street.
Mm-hmm.
Is
In front of
church
hospital.
is at the corner.
In front of the hospital or across from the hospital? Mirna, because you said that. In front of the hospital or across from the hospital?
Across in front hospital.
Across from the hospital because you have the street. They are not face to face. Yes?
Okay.
Okay, and Maylin, you said on 2nd Avenue and then
Church is at the corner.
it's at the corner. Yes. Or to be more specific, because you have two corners, it can be on the corner of on the
Um,
corner of
on the, on the corner of the second street and Central Avenue.
exactly on the corner of 2nd Street and Central Avenue across from the hospital. Yes, finished. So you can ask your classmates about places in singular or places in plural. Take a picture of this because you will use it. The example of the questions are on the top.
Teacher,
Yes, Jose?
I have a question.
Mhm.
In the answer,
Answer.
in the answer, is one location or como yesterday, three
Like
locations?
like yesterday, three descriptions, three locations. It's on
Three
2nd
locations.
Street,
Okay.
across from the hospital, exactly on the corner of Central Avenue and 2nd Street.
Okay. Thanks.
No problem. Another question, guys? No? Okay, so let's get in pairs and complete this activity. You will have, let's see, 15 minutes to practice. 15 minutes to practice with your classmate different places. Ask about different places. So enter right now.
Mm, en la oración número 2 habíamos utilizado el some y era negativa, entonces ahí era some, no era any, porque era en forma positiva. Y el some solo se utiliza en forma positiva. Quiero ver el some. Ok. Eh, are they any restaurant?
They or
Are they
there?
Are there
there?
any restaurant?
Yes, there are restaurants. And the restaurant
There are
is,
restaurants or there are some restaurants?
there are some restaurants.
Mhm.
And the one restaurant is, vamos a ver mis apuntes.
Ok.
And next to movie theater and next to the drugstore. On Central Avenue, on the Central Avenue. Okay. And the other restaurant is next to the toy store. And across from supermarket. And the corner of the Amelia Street and Rosa Silva Avenue. Next to the bookstore and in front of the hospital.
Sorry, me sacó el Zoom.
Ah.
Ahí.
Te voy a preguntar entonces yo.
Bueno.
Are there any shoes stores in the map?
Grocery store. Quiero ver. Yes, there. Grocery store.
Míralo bien. Mira bien.
Yes,
Are there-
No.
No.
Yes. Grocery store. No.
No, there aren't.
No, there aren't any grocery store.
Stores.
Stores.
What is the question, Ingrid? What is a place?
Are there any shoes stores
Mhm.
in the map?
Exactly. So the pronunciation, Jose? No, there aren't any.
Shoes.
No shirts. It's shoe
Shoes.
stores.
Shoe store. No, there aren't any shoe stores.
Mhm.
Okay. Are they are
There.
they are there are there any hospital?
Yes, there are some hospital. And one hospital is across from the shore. And on the second street. In the other hospital is next to the pet shop, in front the bookstore and supermarket.
Okay.
Okay. Is there a library in the map?
Yes, there is a library is across a school. Así sería, teacher. No, ¿verdad?
Across the school or across from the school?
Across from school is para decir avenida. is
In the corner.
is in the corner, in the corner, is in the corner are First Street.
In the corner or on the corner of?
On the corner up is First Street.
Bueno, pues, ¿tienes la imagen o no?
Sí, pero no la puedo
Ah,
compartir.
el teacher la está compartiendo.
Ah, ok.
Inicia tú.
Ok. Um,
Speak English, Fatima.
teacher, no puedo ver la
Ok,
imagen.
teacher.
So if you cannot see my screen, Mirna, go to WhatsApp. The picture is on WhatsApp.
Es que son dos los que estoy utilizando, el teléfono y la tablet, pero el teléfono lo tengo por allá, que me pega la señal. Pero voy a
So
intentar con lo
move
que
the
alcanzo
screen,
a ver.
move the screen to the left or to the right to see the map. Or
Ok,
zoom the screen. You can zoom the screen.
ok. Fátima.
Yes.
Ok. Si logras visualizar la imagen, si quieres comencemos ya.
Yes.
Ok. Pregúntame.
Okay. Is there flower shop in the city?
Okay. There is
Repeat the question, Stephanie. Or Fatima, sorry.
Is there a flower shop in the city?
Is there a flower shop in the city? Okay.
Yes.
okay. Yes. No puedo ver lo que dice.
Mirna,
Julio,
Mirna.
tráeme mi teléfono, Julio.
Well, so you're going to work with me, Fatima. I'm going to ask you and you give me the answers. Is there a toy store in the map?
Yes, there is a toy store in the back.
In the map.
In the map.
Mhm.
The toy store is across from across from police station.
Mhm.
Next to restaurant and music store.
Next to restaurant and music store or between the restaurant and the music store?
Sorry, between
Between.
toy store, restaurant, music store.
Repeat it.
The toy store between.
The toy store between or the toy store is?
The toy store is
Hmm?
music store.
Between.
Between Toy store.
The toy store is
Between
mhm,
in restaurant and music store.
between the restaurant and the
Uh,
music store.
the okay.
Okay,
Um,
next question. Uh, is there a supermarket in the map?
repeat, please.
Is there a supermarket in the map?
Yes, there are supermarket in the map.
Is there a supermarket in the map?
Are
Is
ye-
there a supermarket in the map?
yes, yes, the supermarket in the map.
There is a supermarket in the map.
There is a
Listen to the
supermarket.
question, Fatima. Is there? The answer, there is. No, there are.
Okay.
Yes? Okay,
Okay.
I repeat the question. Is there a supermarket in the map?
Is yes, there is
Mhm,
a supermarket in the map.
that's correct.
Okay. The supermarket is
Mhm.
is Rose Silva Ave
The supermarket is Rosa,
Silva
or
Ave
the supermarket is on Rosa Silva Avenue.
is on Rosa Silva Avenue.
Mhm.
Mm, across across from the restaurant
Mhm.
ne next to bookstore
Next to the bookstore.
next to the bookstore.
Okay, good job. Now you ask me.
Okay. Mm. Is there a library in the map?
A library. Let's see.
Library.
Yes, there is a library in the map. The library is on First Street, across from school and exactly on the corner of Main Street and First Street. Yes. Another question?
Sería, are there are there any police station in the map?
Police station or police stations?
Police station.
Let's
Police
see.
stations.
Let's see. Police stations in the map. Well, there is only one police station in the map. It's on Main Street, across from the drugstore, between the store and the bank. Yes? Okay, so this
Okay.
is a way that you ask and give information about places. Now, let's
Okay.
go back because we will continue with the second part. Good job.
Okay.
Okay, guys, so that was the first part. Yes, the first part. I could see that some of you forgot the prepositions next to, across from. Remember prepositions because that is coming on the test. Yes, the test is next week and you need to know them. Now, second part. I know that you live in different cities. For example, Dina, where do you live?
I live in Anamoros.
Anamoros, La Unión.
Yeah.
Okay, where do you live, Ruth?
I live in Nueva Concepción.
Nueva Concepción, Chalatenango.
Yes.
Good. Rina, where do you live?
I live in San Juan Tepezontes, La Paz.
San Juan Tepezontes, La Paz. Okay. Olman, where do you live?
I live in Ciudad Barrios.
Ciudad Barrio, San Miguel.
Yes.
Okay, good. Kimberly, where do you live?
I live in San Salvador, Soyapango.
Okay, Soyapango, San Salvador. Good job. Ingrid, where do you live?
I live in Lourdes.
Lourdes. Well, Colón, La Libertad.
Belong Cologne.
Okay. So, as you can see, different cities. Different cities. Nobody repeated the same. Yes? So, you will ask your classmates about the places in the city. Is there a gas station in Nueva Concepción? And then Ruth will answer, oh, yes, there is one next to the supermarket on Main Street. Or maybe she will say, no, there isn't. There isn't a gas station. The gas station is in Chalatenango downtown. Just to give you an example, obviously you have a lot of gas stations in Chalatenango, but you would ask your partners about the cities where they live, not the map. Now, the city where your partner lives. Yes? So let's see if you got it. Kimberly, are you going?
Teacher,
Yes, Jose?
I have a question. How do you pronounce playa in English?
Beach.
Beach. Beach. Okay.
No beach. Beach. Like chucho.
Beach.
Beach.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. So let's work in pairs and complete this activity. Enter right now. Enter, guys. Leslie, can you participate? Leslie, Vanessa, can you participate?
Hi.
Leslie?
¿Me escucha?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you participate? Yes. Leslie, can you participate? Dalila, can you participate?
Siento mi internet, profe, se salió.
Okay. Can you participate?
Yes.
Okay. And Dalila, can you participate? Ruth, enter Ruth. Accept the request and work with your partner. Dalila, can you participate? Dalila. Dalila and Leslie, are you in the same place? No? No. I hear feedback. Is there another person in your house, Leslie?
No.
Another person that is in the class? No. Okay, I hear feedback, but I don't know why. Okay, so you're going to work with Fatima, Leslie.
Okay, profe.
Ay. No, ya quebré.
Vaya, otro te voy a hacer. Is there a stadium where do you live? In San Juan de Pesonte? San Miguel de Pesontes?
Yes, there is a stadium.
In San
Yes.
Juan de Pesonte.
in San Miguel de Pesantes?
Ah, San Miguel, la cosa.
Sí, San Miguel es Rina. No, San Juan es Rina, yo San Miguel San
Ajá,
Pesante.
sí, sí. Um,
Speak in English, Josué. I am from San Miguel Tepezón.
I am from San Miguel de Pesante.
ajá.
There is La Paz.
En La Paz. Okay.
En La Paz.
Pregúntame entonces a mí. Haceme
In
la otra
English,
pregunta.
Ingrid. In English, Ingrid.
Please
Ask me.
ask me.
Cuestión.
Mhm.
Ask me your
Quiero
question.
ver, no, are they,
There.
are there, police station,
Any?
are there any police station in
Lourdes.
Lourdes? Colón, si no me equivoco.
Yes, there is a police station in my neighbor. And the other police station in the downtown. But I don't know exactly the location.
Tienes que decir.
Where is a restaurant in Soyapango, Kimber?
The restaurant in pero un restaurante. No salgo, perdón.
Es que, teacher, nosotros no escuchamos la verdad que íbamos a hacer, entonces nosotros estamos viendo qué preguntamos de nosotras así.
Pero,
That is the activity. Ask questions about the places in the city. Kimberly is from Soyapango, so Natalia is asking about places in Soyapango.
Ajá, nosotros
No
suponíamos
estábamos seguras.
Ajá.
I gave you the example. Okay,
Ajá,
continue.
ya estábamos diciéndolo, pero ajá. Is there, así tengo que decir, bueno.
¿Sí? Yeah.
Is there a restaurant in front?
Is that a question or an answer?
No. Era there is, perdón. There is a restaurant in front of the park. No,
Okay.
sí hay uno, es cierto, sí hay uno enfrente del parque. Ajá. Is the park. Pupusería. Una pupusería.
Okay.
Natalia, where do you live?
I live in Soyapango.
Coincidence. Both live in Soyapango.
Yeah.
¿Qué parte? ¿Cómo se
Yeah.
pregunta de qué parte, teacher?
Ask in English. How do you say?
How do you say qué parte?
Where do you live? In which neighborhood do you live? In which neighborhood do you live?
Which neighborhood do you live?
Mhm.
In Prados de Venecia.
Cool.
And you?
I live between Ilopango and Soyapango.
Okay.
Are there any parks in the city?
Yes, there are some parks in Soyapango.
Where?
And the first in no, the first from across from the school, Liceo Leonardo Ascuna. Where do you live, Meli? Perdón.
I live in Santo Domingo, San Vicente.
Okay. Is there a toy store in Santo Domingo?
No, there isn't.
Okay.
Yes, there are two hospitals in my city.
Thank you, Jose. Okay, now let's check only the pronunciation of some words. Number one, Olman, how do you pronounce this word?
First.
Exactly, thirst, no fittest. Yes, thirst. Next
First.
one, Josue Benavides, how do you pronounce this word?
There.
There, no they. This is they. Yes, but this is there. Next one, Ingrid, pronunciation?
Neighborhood.
Exactly. Neighborhood is the place where you live. Yes, the neighborhood. I don't know. Some people mention Prados de Venecia in Soyapango. So Prados de Venecia is a neighborhood in Soyapango. Yes, good. Now the attendance. I will take the picture and I will be mention your name. I will be mentioning your names. Ingrid, Cecilia, Luz, Josue, Ismael, Jose, Rina, Dina, Milton, Fátima Castillo, Olman, Kimberly, José Antonio, Ruth Mabel, Eder, Ana, Leslie, Douglas, Frank, Mirna, Evelyn, Susana, Fátima Castillo, Stephanie Vázquez, Mirna, Maylin, Natalia, Fátima Hernández, and Daniela. Now, one more thing. You need to complete unit number one on the platform. Yes, access to the platform and complete unit 1. Yes, that will be your homework. So thank you for being there. I see you all tomorrow and nighty night. Bye guys.
See you
Good
tomorrow.
night.
Bye.
Good night.
Night.
Class.